So in the last class, we were talking about exit status. So what is the importance of exit status in shell script, and also what are the exit status we have? How do we get the exit status, and all we discussed. And in this today's class, we are going to talk about quotes. Okay, what is the importance of quotes in the system, and what is the difference between single quotes, and what is the difference between single quote and double quote, and what is without quotes, what is happening, what is the importance of them. Let's talk about. Okay, so we already knew the a command called echo command. So echo command, whatever the input you give, so it just prints on the output screen, right? So here I'm giving the input as echo hi, and I'm getting the output as hi on the screen, right? So this is pretty much fine. But let's say if I'm giving intrinsic character to the echo command, I'm supposed to get the intrinsic character on the output screen, but whereas I'm getting something else, right? So what is happening here? So you need to understand what is happening. So what is happening is, as intrinsic is a special character, right? So there are certain special characters available in your shell, okay, which are treated as obviously called as meta characters or special characters. So some people call it as meta characters, some people call it as special characters, or whatever it is, the meaning is same. So what they does actually, what is happening whenever you are using those characters? Those characters, whenever you use without quotes, it enables the special meaning. It enables its special meaning. The regular characters you have is alphabets, numbers, and underscore. Only these three things: A to Z, alphabets, 0 to 9, numbers, and underscore. Only these characters are normal characters, and rest all the characters, whatever you have, are special characters. So we're already dealing with some of the special characters. So one of the special character we already dealt with is dollar. Okay, so dollar question mark. So we're supposed to get dollar question mark to be printed on the output screen, but we are getting something else. So how we are getting that particular? Why? Because dollar is a special character. Likewise, you have so many special characters, so each and every character has its own special meaning, right? So you come to the intrinsic character, whatever we're talking about, echo intrinsic or star, we can say. Okay, so here you need to understand one thing. So this is pretty basic thing, and you might not be aware of this particular point. Okay, so this is pretty interesting point even. So how the inputs are given, or how the inputs are working to any command. So I'm giving a cp command, and to the cp command I have to give file1 and file2. So this is the basic syntax of your cp command. So how cp command is working here, you need to really understand this one. So this cp command, what you assume is cp command is actually taking these particular inputs. No. Okay, these particular inputs are actually given. So there is a difference. Of course the flow is always same, but there is a difference. cp command is not actually pulling the inputs given to that particular command. It is actually given by the shell. So who is giving these particular inputs to the cp command is your shell is going to provide the inputs. This point is very important. Why? Because with our scripts we are also going to talk about taking the input from the user, like how cp command you are providing as an argument. So we'll definitely talk about that particular point. Okay, so definitely talk about that particular commands which are responsible of taking these particular inputs. So at that particular point of time you will clearly understand. But okay, so these inputs are given. These inputs are given. So who is giving? Your shell is giving. Now you come to the same situation with echo command. So echo star. Now this particular star is not taken by echo command. If echo command is actually taking, it will take the intrinsic character and prints the only intrinsic character. But echo command is not taking here. So someone is giving this particular star to echo command. Okay, while giving the star, it is actually they are not giving, like shell, as I just talked about, file1 and file2 are given to the cp command by using by shell actually. So here also the intrinsic character is going, this particular intrinsic character is also given by shell to the echo command. But while giving there is an additional substitution is happening. There is an additional substitution is happening. So what is the substitution is happening over there is star matches with every character. Star matches with every character. So it is matching with all the files which are there in that particular directory, and that particular list of files are given to the echo command, and echo command is finally printing. So at least I'm definitely sure you might be aware of something like this. So ls-l start.log, at least you might be using this particular, at least some kind of listing by using some extensions like .log or .sh or whatever it is. Okay, so you are, as if your thinking is actually ls is listing only start.log files. No, that is definitely wrong. Of course ls command lists, but ls is not actually listing the files which are ending with .log. Your shell actually checks all the files which are available in that particular directory, and it matches which are the files ending with .log, and those files are make as a list, and those list is given to the ls command, and finally ls command prints the list of files. That is what happening. Okay, that is what actually happens. So there is any special character, your shell, so whenever you hit enter, what happens? Your shell is going to take that particular input and it sends to the kernel. So in the very first class I have told you this particular layer of shell in the operating system. So your whole and soul requirement will be taken care by your shell. So here the same thing, you are executing a command, your shell takes your command, it does what it needs to be done, okay, and performs you and gives you the output. Okay, so here that start.log is not actually replaced by your ls command, it is being replaced by your shell, and the list of files are given to ls command, and ls command prints something on the output screen, what are the files are there. Okay, so here you have some files which are ending with .sh. So if I give ls-l start.sh, okay, so you can see they are getting. So if I use echo start.sh, so you'll get only the list of files ending with .sh. So here also you are using .sh, and here also you are using .sh. So in both the cases actually your shell is replacing a star with all the possible matches and giving the input to the echo command in the case of echo command, if it is giving to the ls command in case of ls command, right? Now as we are talking about echo command here, okay, so not only with echo command, as for the demonstration purpose, so we usually talk about echo command because it is going to be simple for you to understand the requirement. Now if there are any special characters, what you need to do, okay, and let's say you talk about echo command and you want to give the special characters as it is as the input to the echo command, as is, okay, you don't want to replace. What you need to do is we are going to disable the speciality of the special character. We're going to disable the speciality of special character. So how we are going to disable the speciality of special character is by 3 ways. One is backslash, and the other one is single quote, and the third one double quote. So either one of the way, okay, so you can actually disable the speciality of special characters. Now let's see with backslash. So if I have any special character, if I would like to disable the speciality, I will especially tell to the shell that escape this character, don't read it as a special character. I'm forcefully telling to the shell that, okay, so don't read this character as a special character. So I'm just using backslash to disable the specialty. Now you get as is, because you are forcefully telling to the shell that this is not a special character. Okay, so this is important. If you have any questions, so you both have mic issues, put the question in chat room. I will explain it if I find any questions. Okay, otherwise I'll be continuing. So considering that you're okay with whatever I'm telling you, right? Okay. Now assume the same situation. Okay, so you have multiple special characters or something like this. So I have 4 star characters. So each and every star is actually getting replaced with all the files. So if you have multiple special characters, go and use multiple backslashes. You are going to get it. So assume you want to consider only first 3 characters as normal characters, whereas you want to treat the 4th character as special characters. Yes, you can go with. Okay, so likewise you can disable the specialty of any special character. Now let's say as you are having so many special characters, if you don't want to use backslash again and again, you want to make your job easy, so then you have a quotes actually. Okay, so with single quotes there are no special characters treated as special characters in single quotes. All characters are treated as normal characters. Okay, so theory what it says is, so if you use something in single quotes, every character you use, doesn't matter whether it is a special character or a normal character, everything will get escaped. That is what theory says. So that's the reason you don't have any special characters in single quotes. So whatever you give, you get as is. So there is a certain problem with single quotes. What is this particular problem is, let's say I want to go with echo command. So today date is, what is today's date? So something is, it is 2016 year, 07 and 26. So this is the standard format. Okay, so pretty clear. So whenever let's say I'll write a small script. Whenever I execute this particular script, I want to get the date. That's all. bin/bash. Of course, you can use date command, but I want to print some message. Let's say good morning. And then I want to print the date. Assume some basic understanding of scripting. That's all. So today date is 2016 and 07 and 26. I'm just saving it. Okay, or let me write some statement. This statement may be confusing for you. Let me write echo. I don't need script actually. I'll write it on the command line. So echo, so something like logged in user let me write the same thing. Sorry. Today date is, okay, I want to execute a date command. So I want to execute a date command, so I am putting it in command quotes. So these are not single quotes, these are not command quote, double quotes, these are command quotes. Okay, now what happens? So shell is going to provide this particular input to echo command. While providing the input, so it came to know this is as a command. How it came to know this is as a command? Because you have given something in quotes. Now if you give enter, so actually date command will get replaced and you have this particular input given to the echo command completely. So it got replaced and the complete input is given. So let's say if it is confusing, I'll use %ls in a standard format. So today date is this way. So let's say you want to go with quotes. Okay, so if you use single quotes, what is going to happen? You'll get as is. Why? Because there are no special characters in single quotes. Whatever the input you give, it directly gives to the command. Doesn't matter whether there is echo command or there is ls command or there is a cat command, doesn't matter. The input directly goes to the command. Now that's the reason. Okay, so this is strict quoting. Okay, so this is single quotes are very strict quotes. Nothing get replaced in, or nothing is a special character, or any character is not a special character in single quotes. Okay, Let's go with double quotes. So what is double quotes is nothing but double quotes provides a small flexibility. What is it is going to provide the flexibility is it allows you to use dollar as a special character and backquote, the quote which we have just now seen. Okay, so this is to access variables. In the variables class you'll understand, and this is to execute commands. Only these two characters are treated as special characters. And assume you want to disable the specialty of these special characters also. Yes, it is possible, again by using $. But it is not, backslash is not a special character. It is only a special character if you include with these two characters, that's all. If you include with these two characters, only to escape these two characters, backslash is treated as a special character. Okay, so only these two things are treated as special characters in double quotes. The remaining characters are treated as normal characters. Treated as normal characters. See. And also you want to execute something like let's say I want to access a variable, logged in user is equal to, I just want to check the user. You have a variable user variable, sorry, spelling is wrong, user variable. The user variable got replaced with SB45 because the user logged in is SB48. Uday, what is the difference between variable and a character? Variable is a name assigned to a set of data, that is different, and characters is regular characters, whatever you use. Okay, so this is okay the difference between single quotes and double quotes. So whereas if I want to disable the specialty of these characters, again I'll go and use backslash. Now you get as is because I disabled the special character by using backslash. And okay, so and also you need to understand, okay, so the last point here, quoting rules and situations. So there is no straight rule that you have to use only a single quotes and you have to use only double quotes. No. So let's say I want to use okay, so single quotes and I want to use double quotes. Yes, it allows you. It is not going to restrict anything. Okay, so there is no straight rule that okay, so you need to use only single quotes in a line or double quotes in a line. No, you can use both the things combined, and you can also combine without quotes and quotes also. Okay, so there is no absolute rule that okay, so you have to use this way. No, you can go with any of the way, which all the if the syntax is fine, it allows you. That's all, to any other command. Okay, so now you just go back to our echo command, whatever we have discussed. Okay, so echo -e. So whenever you use -e option only, and also I just told a point that okay, so whenever you go with echo -e option, always go with double quotes. Okay, so then only you are getting out. So if backslash is treated as a special character, so it still has to escape the special character which is n, but it is not actually. So /n is treated as an escape sequence only, but not like it is not escaping. But without quotes, it will not happen. So /n is treated as /n is not at all treated as escape sequence, whereas /n is always treated / character to escape the next special character. Even we can get it without code. So we have a special character which is backslash here, and to escape the backslash character, so you have to use one more backslash. If you don't want to use quotes, how can you disable a special character? So you can use a backslash. So the first backslash is escaping the next backslash character, and the input becomes like this. So what it is actually /n, and it becomes by, and this input goes to the echo command, and echo command will know that, okay, so /n is an escape sequence, and hence you are getting a new line character after hi. This is the story behind, okay, so I told you to use double quotes. Why I'm especially, okay, telling you to go with double quotes is, in case if you have any variables you access in the inputs, okay, so if you are using double quotes, it is easy, or it's not easy, those will get replaced whenever you go with double quotes. I personally, okay, always use double quotes most of the time, unless I feel this, okay, this is a straight input, I want to go with the command, I'll go with the single quotes. Otherwise, always go with double quotes. Okay, so this is the simple thing about quotes. Any questions till now? Okay, so the next important thing we have, okay, so in the basics, see what all we're talking about is basics, okay, very basics, okay, but I'm trying to make the basement a pretty, I mean, in a good way, so that you can understand the scripting parts very easy. Okay, I'm not touching the commands, whatever you use in your day-to-day job. I'm just only making a pillar kind of thing to construct a scripting kind of thing. That's all. Okay, I'm putting you the base things which are actually makes the difference when you start writing the script. Okay, so you go with shebang, it is important. You have to print always. Okay, and you go with redirectors, obviously you need redirectors whenever you go with any scripting. Okay, so if you want to store some information, okay, or you don't want any output, okay, a lot of situations you have, all those we have discussed over there. And 5 important things we talked about. Exit status are really important. Okay, and quotes is also the basic thing. Okay, you need to understand whenever you go with scripting. Okay, so you might be seeing all the time single quotes, double quotes. Okay, at least now you are sure what is the difference. Okay, now, and after that we even talked about the communication. Okay, how do you send the communication to other users, and how do you send an emails? Okay, all those things we have talked about. And the next important thing we have is filters. Okay, so what is the purpose of filters? What is a filter basically? Okay, so you go with let me show you an example. I have a file called as ls var log messages. Okay, so this particular file, okay, if I cat, so let's say if I cat this particular file, oh, this is not okay. Let me do it as a root user, that's all. Okay, so if I cat this particular file, you see hundreds of lines are going on, right? So if I just want to count how many number of lines are there, if I simply see 2666 number, okay, 2666 lines, and all these lines I'm not at all interested. I'm not at all interested in looking each and every line. But my area of interest and my requirement is to look certain lines having a certain word, okay, or having a, if you take this particular file, or having a certain date or certain time, basically it's a string only. Okay, so your area of interest is to get only few lines, not all the lines, based on different criteria. Okay, so how do you get those things? So how do you get is by using different criteria, and by using those different criteria you have different commands, and we'll talk about one by one of those commands.